Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Jailbreak Tweaks of the Week. Man, it's good to be back. I've been paying attention to the jailbreak tweaks, and I gotta say, a lot of amazing tweaks, but I wanted to give these videos a little bit of a break because I feel like it's just too much. It's a little bit overwhelming, and yeah, I think you guys are gonna enjoy this one. So first things first, of course, I'm gonna throw this wallpaper down below, and I gotta say, AR7 wallpapers are the best. This is the wallpaper that I'm rocking out right now, but there's different variations, different colors, different styles. Yeah, so 4 wallpapers for your device to rock out, swag out. This first tweak right here is called CCCalc, and it's gonna bring the calculator app on your control center. So you guys see the calculator toggle. Normally you'll open up your calculator app, but this time it's a real calculator. This is amazing, and this is how it should have been since day one. So in case you guys don't know, this is the stock. So I'm going to enable control center, and it just opens up the calculator app. But with this, it's right in your control center. So whatever app that you on in the background, you can just do just that, get a quick calculation, and you can get on with your day just like that, and very, very quickly without switching apps. You're just right in the control center. And that's basically it. There's no settings to configure. That's all CCCalc. It just has the calculator on your control center. Now next up, this tweak right here is called KillX Pro, and all it is, you can kill all your apps by tapping on that X. So all your apps are gone, all of them are killed. It's just one button and it kills all your apps. It frees the RAM. You can also drag down and it kills all your apps just like that, just by swiping down. Or you can swipe up to kill them individually. So if I open up Safari, I can just swipe up and it kills just like that. And it's a nice little animation, as you guys saw there. So let me open up more apps. So you guys see it's like a zoom out animation. It's a nice attention to detail. Now you don't have to fumble around with the settings too much. Everything is pretty much lock and loaded. So you have your music detection. So if you're playing any music, it's not going to kill that app. Or you can lock any other app. So if you don't want that app to be killed, you have like a whitelist, blacklist kind of like. You have a parent, so you can show the button, you can colorize the button, you can make it like a dark mode or light mode, and also you could change the animation. You could switch it back to default animation, which you will have to respring to do so. So KillX Pro is definitely a must-have tweak. Next up, we have a tweak called Peekable. Now Peekable is going to enable 3D touch on non-3D touch enabled devices such as the iPhone 6, iPhone 5s, iPads, iPods. So you can finally enable 3D touch on those devices. And as you guys can see, you have a force sensitivity, you have a kill switch here, enable switch. And the beauty thing about this tweak, you can set the sensitivity on each application. So if you don't want an app to be as sensitive, you can lower down the sensitivity, or you can disable the tweak within these apps. So this is really cool, and I'm just going to show you guys. This is an iPhone 10. This device does have 3D touch. Now next up, we have a tweak called Rose, and Rose is going to enable haptic feedback on certain actions. So unlocking your phone, locking your phone is going to enable the haptic feedback. Killing an app, haptic feedback. Taking a screenshot, haptic feedback. So it's just going to enable haptic feedback on lists of these applications. I'm actually going to have you guys listen to the haptic feedbacks here. And of course, you can change the sensitivity. So if you want it light, medium, or strong, in this case, I have it on medium. Now, if you use Snapchat, you're going to absolutely love this tweak. You're going to fall in love with it. This one here is called SnapHide. And you guys know it's so annoying. You know, launching up Snapchat while you have a jailbroken device is a pain in the neck. You know, finding the right tweak. But this tweak right here is going to have you enable Snapchat. So you can use Snapchat on your jailbroken device with no problems. You can look at other people's Snapchats just like that on the fly. Very, very easy to do so. And I got to tell you guys, you need to have this tweak if you love using Snapchat. And I always find myself using my other non-jailbroken device just to run Snapchat. But now with SnapHide, it's going to hide your jailbreak. It's going to be a little undetectable, and you could be able to run Snapchat. This is a perfect tweak for all my Snapchatters. See, I can take a picture, I can take a snap, I don't even want to upload this, but you guys can see you can do so with no problem. You can even DM. I don't want to show you guys none of my DMs on Snapchat. It's really, really personal. And yeah, SnapHide. Now, Edit 3D is going to allow you to arrange your applications by 3D pressing on any icon, or any app, I should say, and you can arrange the application. So just put it in wiggle mode. Instead of you tapping and holding on an icon to put it on wiggle mode, you just do the 3D touch on an icon. Very, very similar to iOS 13, which, by the way, I hate 3D touch on iOS 13. So here's my iOS 13 iPhone 10. A 3D press, and you have arranged apps just like that. And I'm pretty sure somebody's working on a jailbreak tweak to bring the iOS 13 platter onto iOS 12. But 3D touch alone is just, it's garbage on iOS 13. But here it just brings that same functionality, rearrange apps on iOS 12. Next up, we have a tweak called CallSlicer, and this is very convenient if you have an Apple Watch and if you use the app WhatsApp or Lime, stuff like that, third-party applications. Normally, if you receive a phone call, you're not going to get that notification on your Apple Watch, but with this tweak, CallSlicer, you can. So let me open up Cydia, and I can't demonstrate this with you guys because this iPhone is not registered to my Apple Watch. But you have a supported list of apps. So let's say you get a Skype phone call or Google Hangouts or Facebook Messenger. Normally, you're not going to get that notification on your Apple Watch. But with this tweak, you can. So CallSlicer, it breaks that limitation and it's going to allow third-party incoming calls to come up on your Apple Watch. The next tweak is called FreeMarket. And FreeMarket, it just basically, instead of it saying get, it says free. So back in the days on iOS 5, iOS 6, it normally would say free. But on iOS 13, it just shows get. So it removes that get and replaces it with free. And it's just like the good old days. Now, if there's a price tag, it's just going to show the price tag. So it says get and free. FreeMarket, just say free. Next up, we have a tweak called Xeon. You guys remember Zeppelin from back in the days? This is basically it. So all it is, you could put, instead of it showing your carrier logo, in this case I have both, you have a picture right there on the side. So you can even add yourself a own picture, so your own glyph, you can do so. And you can even enable your own text. You can have custom text. So any changes you do, you will have to respring your device. Now I'm having a little bit of trouble with the custom text areas. I just cannot get it to work. Anytime I type in something, it's just completely blank here. But with the themes, it works perfectly fine. So I have the Android logo. I think this is going to work better if you have an iPhone 8 or like a classic iPhone. Because the iPhone 10, you got to constantly pull this down to see it anyway. You're not going to see it on your clock or anything like that. Now next, we have a tweak called Blankpass. Now Blankpass is going to blank out your passcode. So you guys can't see your numbers. So it's completely blank, but your passcode works exactly the same. It's the same pattern, but the numbers is just hidden. In my opinion, this looks a little bit more neater than just having the numbers and then you have the letters on the bottom. This looks a little bit more minimalistic in my opinion. And in my case, I just have all zeros and I'm in the device just like that. So it just removes the numbers altogether on your passcode screen. And that's all it does. That's Blankpass. Now this tweak right here is called Download Bar, and let's say you're downloading an application. I'm just downloading anything right here. Okay, so I'm downloading an app, and I don't know where it's going to be located. Now as you guys can see, there's actually a number. So it's a number bar, and there's a bar actually filling up. So instead of it being a circle, you can see the percentage. You can see everything. It's more accurate to identify the percentage of the app downloading completion, if I even said that right. But you guys get the idea. Download bar, it's going to allow you to see your percentage and see a bar of when the application is going to be ready to go. And look, it's ready to go. And of course, I can open it up. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep that one. That's definitely a cool one. I see Apple doing something like that, hopefully, on iOS 14. I think they should do that. All right, I think this one here might be my favorite tweak on the list. This one here is called Flow, and it brings basically cover flow on your iOS device lock screen. So I'm playing music right now. It's muted, of course, and this is really cool. Look at the background. The blurred background matches the color of the album art, and you can interact with your media controls, of course, and you can play pause. But the beauty thing about this, you can quickly get to the next track just like that. And it just looks so beautiful. If you have color flow, this is a nice complimentary. And this is like beautiful to even look at. And just swiping through the colors or swiping through the album arts just remind me of like back in the days on iOS. So this is like really cool. Really cool. Now there are some settings to configure here with Flow, but once you install it, it's pretty much good to go. You can hide the media controls if you want to have a more simplified look. You can show the volume HUD on the lock screen. You have haptics on presses, on the button presses. You can hide the color flow for background. And yeah, this is color flow 4. All it is, it just takes the album artwork color and it just have the dominant color on there. So you guys can see bad guy, the whole thing is black, but it takes some, aesthetics on the album art, the color of it. Okay, we got full screen mode. I'm gonna turn that on to see what that's about. And of course you could change the album art corner radius. I think it's perfect right now, and even change the size of it so you can make it bigger. Yeah, I mean, look at this, guys. Now this is full screen. Yeah, this is definitely a highlight tweak. That is Flow. It is $2. It's a little hefty on the price tag, but honestly, guys, it's not bad. If you love music and you love color flow, I think this is a great tweak to have, and it's called Flow. Next up, we have a tweak called CustomAutoLock, and all it is, you can freely set your auto lock timer. So normally on iOS, you have just a very limited select numbers, but with here, you can actually type in the minutes and the seconds you want your device to auto lock. So if I enable it, you can have just a set time now. So you got 5 minutes, 100 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you like, and it works just fine. So I'm just gonna put 5 seconds just to show you guys it does work. 5 seconds is definitely not practical at all. So now my device is gonna unlock in 5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Yeah, that's like about 4. And then that's it. It's locked. So you have your set auto lock timer. Now next up, we have a tweak called BatteryHomeBar. And all it is, it just brings your battery percentage on your home bar. So my case, this is my battery percentage on the top there. It just translates on your home bar. Next up, we have a tweak called BlurryPaper, and all it is just going to blur your wallpaper. Sometimes, normally you want to blur your wallpaper for a more aesthetic approach. I'm going to enable it, and of course you could change a different blur style, so you have light and dark, and we're just going to have the regular blur, and then we're going to respring it. So now, as you guys can see, my wallpaper is completely blurred, and it works really well. It does. It works really well, and like I said, you can change the blur styles. So let's try the light blur. Okay, so this is a light blur, which doesn't really look all that great, but depends on the wallpaper you got. And let's try the dark blur. I'm actually going to turn it off for the sake of this video so you guys can appreciate the wallpaper. Now, next up, we have a tweak called Originals. And there's always that one scenario where you need to translate a word or translate a sentence. But with this tweak, Original, all you got to do is just double tap on the message and it's automatically going to translate it for you just by double tapping. So as you guys can see, it just translated for you. Now the text is a little bit smaller than usual, but this is handy nonetheless, and I see Apple adding this feature in future iOS's. I think this is a staple tweak to have, and it works for any language. Instead of you going back and forth into Google and all of that, you have it right here on your messages application. Now when you force quit the application, as you guys can see, it goes right back into the Spanish. All you gotta do, double tap again or just tap once, and you just have the translation right there. Next up, we have a tweak called BoardBanner 12, and man, this is nice, and I see Apple doing this. It takes up the entire, like by the notch and everything. You guys can see the notification banner. It looks so much more better than the traditional iOS one, and just look at the design. It goes right around the notch. You guys can see the message bubble right there. Let me activate that again. It's like right by the ear of the notch. Now you can change the blur style, so that was dark, here's black, so it's just black, so it matches really well. You don't even see the notch no more at that point, and you have a white. So this is the standard iOS. Alright, this is how the standard iOS notification banner look like. But yeah, BoardBanner 12, I highly recommend it if you have an iPhone 10 or newer. Now these 3 last tweaks, they're not working for me right now, but I'm pretty sure if there's an update, I'm pretty sure it's just going to get better. If it gets better, I'll get back to you guys. And the tweak that I'm going to show you guys first is Ringer 13. As you guys can see, it's like it's bringing that Ringer interface onto iOS 12. But when I flip the mute switch, it doesn't show the interface. Like normally on iOS, you're going to get the mute switch just like that. So it's supposed to bring that, it's supposed to port it over to iOS 12. but for me, I'm just not getting that. But when I go into sounds and haptics, I can see it just like that. I don't know, maybe it might work for you. Maybe there's a tweak interfering with that. I do have Ultrasound installed, but it's currently disabled. The only reason why I don't want to uninstall Ultrasound is because now you have to pay for that tweak, and I don't want to deal with that. I mean, it is to support breast cancer, but I don't want to go through the headaches of that right now. Yeah, this is Ultrasound. I think might be the conflict right there. The best thing about this tweak, it could work even when your device is off. So this is amazing. Still, in my opinion, the best volume HUD. Now, another tweak that's not really being 100% with me is Twitter video download. So you're supposed to download anything on Twitter, like a video or a GIF or a GIF or whatever. So in this case, let's say I want to download this. Let's say I want to download this. I normally can tap and hold, and this is the tweak right here taking effect. And you can select what resolution you want to download. But the thing is, a download and then the application crashed. So maybe I gotta downgrade my Twitter in order for it to support, or maybe I gotta be on the latest version of Twitter. Let me see. I'm probably already on the latest version. Yep, I'm on the latest version of Twitter. So that might be the problem, and maybe I have to downgrade Twitter. I don't even have app admin here, but you guys get the idea. Maybe it might work for you, maybe not, but the tweak is free, so you have nothing to lose with Twitter video downloader. And last but not least, guys, we have a tweak called EQE. Now, Equalizer Everywhere, that's what EQE stands for. I've been using this tweak since iOS 10, and I love it. It's one of my favorite tweaks, and it's in beta to support the A12 devices and iOS 12. But it's a little bit of a pain in the neck to install right now. It's not in none of the repos right now. You have to download the DB file. You got to make sure you have Rocket Bootstrap installed through Cydia. Then you got to make sure you have Mobile Terminal or M Terminal, and you have to have FileZilla installed. It's a little bit of a headache to install it right now, but it's definitely doable. I throw a link in the description to this Reddit article, but you can install it right now. I'm just gonna wait for it to get out of beta because I think that's just what's best, because to iron out all the bugs and glitches and all of that, this is best to wait. But EQE, watch out for that one. That's definitely one of my favorite tweaks, and all it is, it just adds an equalizer on your iPhone basically. Now you guys are probably wondering, we have an equalizer. If you go into the settings, music, you have an equalizer like that, but it's even more, you know what I mean? You have even more. You have actual sliders, and then it adds on with the stock EQ. And even if you're on YouTube, that doesn't have an equalizer. So that's what Equalizer Everywhere comes into play, or EQE comes into play. It's an equalizer everywhere. Absolutely my favorite. Now, at the time, Equalizer Everywhere cost $10, but then they released it for iOS 11. It was completely free. So $10 is a little steep for a tweak, but man, high school days, I was booming with that tweak, man. And it also works on Bluetooth devices, headphones, headsets, whatever you have, it's going to work. So I cannot wait for that one to get out of beta. So I just wanted to end it out like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Tweaks of the Week. If you guys did, I appreciate it with a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. The giveaway is still in session. I'm going to be announcing that giveaway once I hit 40,000 subscribers, which is around the corner. We halfway there, so 39.5. And yeah, other than that, your boy Pops, and I hope you guys have a simple day. Peace.